It's a time of crisis in Jerusalem and throughout Israel and many of the occupied lands.
Also coming up this morning, a big man on the basketball court, Charles Barkley of the Philadelphia 76ers. First, though, here is Richard Roth, sitting in this week for Charlie Osgood with the news. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, Harry. Thank you. An intensive search is underway this morning in Alderson, West Virginia. Manson family member Lynette Squeaky Fromme is missing. She apparently broke out of the federal prison where she was serving a life sentence for the attempted assassination of President Ford. During last night's prison check, officials discovered that Fromme had disappeared.
We feel that she has left the grounds. There is a continuing search of the institution. The institution is quite large, has a lot of open space, and they're doing a very thorough search now.
The Secret Service is also on alert. It was in Sacramento, California in 1975 that President Ford saw a hand with a gun in it. In the chaos that followed, a tiny woman in a long red dress was arrested. She had a familiar face. Squeaky Fromme was a follower of Charles Manson and a regular at his trial for the 1969 Tate murders. Fromme and other so-called family members shaved their heads and carved X's on their foreheads in support of Manson. Fromme reportedly still keeps in touch with Manson through third parties. As for her own trial, Fromme wanted no part of it or the sentencing, which was supposed to put her in prison for the rest of her life.
Bill Curtis, who covered the 1971 Manson trial for CBS News, has prepared a profile of Lynette Fromme, the woman who faces the charge of attempting to kill the president.
Seated behind Charles Manson at his first arraignment was Lynette Fromme, a runaway teenager Manson found in California 8 years ago. He named her Squeaky, and she became one of the first members of his so-called family. A tiny girl with red hair, she, like the rest of the family, developed an intense loyalty to Manson. They believed he was the Messiah. The combination of sex and drug-taking and the presence of Manson led to the development of a twisted religious philosophy, and ultimately to Manson's engineering the Sharon Tate murders. But the loyalty was unusual. During the trial, Lynette Squeaky Fromme was among several followers who shaved their heads and put X's in their foreheads. And even after Manson was found guilty of the Tate LaBianca murders, she and other family members remained together, always trying to stay in touch with Manson. Just 2 days ago, her request to see Manson at San Quentin was turned down. She has been living in Sacramento with family member Sandra Good. A woman who identified herself by that name made a telephone threat this afternoon in Sacramento. She said, "If Ford continues to run this country against the law, your homes will be bloodier than the Tate LaBianca homes and My Lai put together." Sandra Good now remains as one of the few Manson followers still out of jail. Bill Curtis for CBS News, Chicago.
The head of the White House Secret Service telephoned